Yeah, Broadway is back.
Finally. It's been way too long.
Yeah.
I have an idea. Let's catch a musical.
Babe, that's an awesome idea.
How about this one?
Now that one's got a great cast, but the music, I wasn't feeling it.
How about that one?
Now that one's got an amazing choreographer, awesome spectacle, but I don't know, the music just didn't do it for me.
I got it. Rock of Ages.
Now that's a great show, but that lead guy, not so much. You know what? I got a great idea.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Midday Show. We are coming countdown to Christmas, Hanukkah, and the New Year.
And Kwanzaa.
And
Apparently, everything is this week. You know what that just means?
It starts this week. The liftoff has started. And we are celebrating today. I can't hold up the bottle because we're on, on FCC regulations. But we are celebrating today Coquito Monday. So if you come down to the studio, you get a little coquito going. What is that?
It's a good day to do great things. You know me, I'd wear anything around my neck. Maybe this might be my new...
Have you seen? You're going to wear that around your neck?
This might be my new necklace from Sally, so thank you, Sally, so much. You know, why not?
Oh, you know what?
Go big or go home.
I got to bring my cup out from Sally.
My cup runneth over.
I'm going to show you how I drink. At the next commercial break, I'll show you how I drink coquito. You should see my mug. Wait till you see this bad boy.
So happy Monday, everyone. Welcome to the Midday Show. We're going to be taking off a few days to celebrate the holidays with our families, but definitely we'll be back by the end of the week. So instead of having a few guests here and there throughout the week, we decided to bring them all in today. So you've got a full jam-packed show with everything from stress relief to teaching kids to read, new podcasts, new shows, as they say, healing. Lucky's in the house. We're talking about smoking cessation, quitting smoking.
Yeah.
And then that's just the 12 o'clock hour. So at 1 o'clock, we got even more. So hang tight with us. You can always follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the Brooklyn Cafe TV for exclusive behind-the-scenes content. Like and subscribe to Ant Media Productions as well. And now Ant Media Futures Foundation, and more is coming out from that. So thank you to everyone that came out, supported our first fundraiser last week. We're going to be getting all that information out. And as Russ says, we got to keep going. So we're going to keep on going and pushing that forward. If I could only get everyone in one picture, hopefully, we're going to be able, maybe for New Year's, we'll get everyone in front of one picture, because that's just about half of our crew in that one.
I know. They didn't all show up, but that's okay. Big things are coming. We're going to be opening up new studios, and we're going to be converting the studios not only into production. We are going to announce the foundation is going to open up an academy to teach the business person how to become better business people, how to learn how to do productions on the road. I got 6 lined up. That, to me, is an amazing calling. If we can pull this off next year, then I'll be happy.
All I can say is never underestimate you.
Never.
Because when you brought it forward this morning, you got the OGs back in the house. And I love going to the holidays. We got G-Man and Josh and Jalen, and all the OGs are in the house, and our new crew, making all of this come to life.
Sometimes you're going to make a little noise. And what a bunch of noise makers you got here today.
All right, so you ready to get into this?
Let's start with...
I want to start with Ted Hodgkins and Ken Homer. Ted won one of our... He won the cruise, actually, is what he won from... That was donated for the foundation. I spoke to Ted, and I said, come on in. He brought Ken Homer in. Ted is he's the founder of Roots and Wings, and they teach kids to read. Simple, but yet not so simple. But they do an incredible job in our community, working with our elementary schools, 3rd grade and up, getting our kids on grade level and beyond to read. So welcome, Ted, and welcome, Ken.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Such a pleasure to have you. Ted, you want to introduce Ken? Because you tell me he's the man of the hour.
Well, he is the man of the hour because, as you probably remember, we just keep trying to expand our program to more schools to help kids read. And we're always looking for innovative new ways to accomplish that. And so I met Ken about, last summer, and he said, I've heard some good things about your program. Well, that always excites me because it means somebody else is actually talking about us besides me. So I met him for lunch, and he wanted to know all about it. And he said, your program is so unique because you've involved the schools, and you're in the schools, and you're helping the kids, and you're hiring the teachers. And then he said, we have this AI program that we're working on to help kids read, where they get to read, and we hear and understand what they're reading, and we can do this, and we're like your program of iReady, but we're like on steroids, because the teacher can be listening to all the kids individually and understand what their problems are. And now I'm going to let him take over because he knows his program so much better, but we've instituted it in a couple of schools. They're having great results. And the goal is to help kids read.
Well, you've done amazing things, and we've known Ted for so many years since the
Long
beginning
time.
when you were really just starting out and spreading your wings.
8 years ago.
And now you're soaring. So thank you so
1,100,
much.
1,100 kids in 15 schools this
It's
year.
incredible, all that you do, and everyone knows Ted and Roots and Wings in the community.
And they're going to learn about Ken.
And we're going to learn about Ken. I went to the Non-For-Profit Council, and when I got to judge the videos, and someone from Ted's organization called me and said, well, our founder, Ted, would love to come on your show. He's great in front of the mic. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've known Ted for years. Ted is always welcome to be here. So you're really just growing and growing. So thank you for what you do. All right, Ken, share how do you work AI with kids?
Thank you, ma'am. Well, it turns out to be, it's one of these things that's like an iceberg. You look at what's going on with the kid, and it looks very simple, and it is. The kids love it. The teachers like it. And under the water, there's about 10 billion things going on simultaneously, none of which should concern anybody. The real issue is it's a very simple program. It reads back and forth with kids just like you would with a child that you might be related to. It turns out that roughly half the kids in America in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grades can't read very well because society has changed around them. They've got phones, they've got videos, they've got all sorts of stuff. But sitting down with a book is not something that many kids do anymore. They used to, but not anymore. So what we're doing is challenging that and coming back with some, I'll call it structured reading practice. And we have access to about 1,200,000 books that we've made available. There's a not-for-profit called Bookshare that does that. So we've got almost any book you'd ever want to read, and it operates, as I say, on a quite simple basis. The computer reads a line, the kid reads a line, the computer reads a line, goes back and forth. And it listens to everything they read at the phoneme level. And the AI digests that information and then comes back later and says to the kid that, hey, I heard yesterday when you were reading with me that you had some trouble with these kinds of words. Let's practice those. Or you read this sentence, let me let you listen to how you read it. And they hear the mistake, now take a better shot at it, and they take a second shot and correct themselves. And that self-correction really is powerful.
It's all done on computers or smartphones?
It runs on an iPhone, an iPad, a Chromebook, a regular computer. We haven't got it running on Android phones yet, but that's coming in March, I think. But yes, it's quite easy to use.
Did you create the system?
They listen through their
by headphones.
earphones. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Is this your system, your platform that you created?
Yes, ma'am. Some friends of mine and I, a couple of other old guys like me who've had careers that want to do something more interesting, and a whole bunch of young engineers that are really cranking out great ideas. We started off some years back working on games for blind kids, where they could use audible signals to know that they're driving a car and so forth and so on, and we migrated that technology into this product, and we again started there with dyslexic kids and have moved now into general education. So it turns out almost any kid that has a reading issue or an adult can use this
That's
and get better.
tremendous. That is a tremendous program.
Can you program anything? What can you program into it?
Well, you don't program really anything into it. You give it a book, and it could be a book in Spanish. It could be a book in French. We're working on English.
Wow.
And it reads the book and talks with the kid about the book. In fact, we've just launched comprehension. People said, well, you're teaching them how to read, and they roughly, if they use it for a year, they jump about 2 grade levels in reading capability. So kids can catch up. But then what do you do about comprehension? How do you know whether they actually understand what they're reading, which is very important. Comprehension now is running. We've tested it. I've tested it. I've screamed at it. I've tried to make it upset with me. Basically, it fires up and asks the child or whomever's reading, how do you like the book? What about this or that or the other? And it talks with the kid about the book just like you would do with a child that was reading a book that you knew about. You'd ask them, about the plot, or you'd ask them about the character. What do they think the person did right or wrong? The computer does this, and it listens to their answers, and it doesn't grade them, but it comes back with a comprehension score. How well did they seem to recognize the key pieces of the plot? We haven't released it yet for the general use among teachers, but we've run it by a number of teachers, and they're fascinated. The kids are over the moon about having a conversation with a computer that actually answers their questions and talks to them and so forth about the book. So
That's
it's
so
we think it's going to be a big
amazing.
deal.
It is amazing.
And you can integrate it with, I guess, any type of anything that's reading.
Yes, it doesn't do too well with comic books or graphic novels simply because there's too many pictures, and sometimes all you've got is the picture to give you the context for the little words in the bubble. But with a regular book, and as I say, almost any book you can imagine, we break it down in the computer sentence by sentence or paragraph by paragraph. Or if the kid is really struggling, like some young ESL kids are, it basically reads a sentence and then asks the kid to read the same sentence, and they basically read each sentence together, and kids improve remarkably quickly in that environment. The other thing is, in criticizing them and telling them to fix their mistakes, they don't care. It's a computer. It's not a person. It's not a teacher. It's not their mom. It's not somebody that they would feel threatened by. It's a computer game.
It's judgment free.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've played computer games. I lose lives in computer games all the time, right? And then what do?
You start over.
And you start over again.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what these kids are doing. And Ted's got a school, J.C. Mitchell Elementary, here. And Ashley Cluth, the teacher that's using it, she actually shows the kids their scores. At the end of the day, they can see how many words a minute they're reading. They can see how accurately they're reading. And they see they're making progress.
See progress.
And that just reinforces how happy they are. And I should show them my thank you notes I get from these kids.
Right.
Thank you for inventing this. We love to read.
It's amazing because when I was going through the school system, they had these tests that you used to take, and then everybody got a colored book.
You were
Remember this
ESOL
thing?
too, right?
Huh?
You were ESOL.
I was what?
English is a second language.
ESL.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's an ESOL? Stop doing that.
They didn't call it that back in
But
our
back
day.
in the day, if you got the brown book, you didn't want to go to school.
The SRA book.
Yes.
Remember those?
You didn't want to go to school. So I tore the cover off of mine.
Smart.
Now, I didn't speak English well. And to me, for reading English was even worse. So I could read the words, but it wasn't registering.
Mm-hmm.
This thing, all of a sudden, you got a buddy. All of a sudden, you got a chance to talk to somebody, and it's explaining what you're reading. This is tremendous.
Yeah. No, you're 100% right. And kids that by the time they get to the 4th or 5th grade, if they can't read, the psychological issues around being the dumbest kid in the class or being stupid or your friends, you don't want to read out loud, you're afraid you'll make a mistake. All those psychological issues just way, way down on the kids.
Absolutely.
And it causes them to not want to try. But Ted knows this very well. Once you get them motivated, once they start to try, and once they start to see the progress, they kick butt. It is really amazing.
Yeah.
They feel successful.
That's
Yeah.
tremendous.
Yeah.
And the other thing which I think is very important is, as you know, we have an MOU, a memorandum of understanding with the school district. So there is a set of books, there are 250 books from Scholastic that are already approved by the school district, by the governor, by the state of Florida. And then in addition to that, each school, every teacher, in order to have books be used, they've had to put those books in. So it isn't like there's only a couple of books for kids to read. There's all kinds of books. And the real key is if you say to the system, hey, I'm interested in sports, or I'm interested in snakes, or whatever, there are lots of books about that, and you can follow your interests while you're learning how to read. Because again, following interests help you want to read. If you want to read something that you have no interest in, it begins to be kind of boring pretty fast, you know?
Right.
Incredible.
It's an incredible piece.
How do people reach out to Ted for you for Roots and Wings or to get more information to
How are you
integrate this
going to
program?
launch this thing?
Well, we have launched it. We've got, I think, 2,038 kids at the moment that have used it over the last year. And we're, there's a big after-school program in Naples that's firing up come January 1st. We've got it in some schools here. We've got it in charter schools in New York.
Wow.
So we're getting it out there as fast and as far as we can. The issue is that because it's new, it takes a while to filter through the bureaucracy that surrounds school districts and things like that. And it isn't that people aren't impressed and don't want to help. There's a whole set of procedures you've got to go through to get it into schools that actually work. So we're trying a multidisciplinary and multi-channel approach to marketing and getting it out there. And one of the strategies is talk to anybody that'll listen to us.
Very
And
nice.
in general, it takes about 5 minutes to understand it. If I were to demonstrate it for you, you'd see immediately how it works. Kids don't have any trouble at all. They're pretty good at this. And the teachers, the dashboard is pretty full of information. All the data about how the kid is doing. That takes a little bit more time to get on top of, but according to Ashley Kluth over at J.C. Mitchell, it took her about an hour to get up to speed. There's really no training. There's no software to load. There's no security issues. There's no privacy issues. We don't take any information about the kid at all. We could care less, right? All we're interested in is processing their reading and telling them how well they're doing.
Well, thank you so much for all that you, Ted, thank you so much for bringing him in and for coming in as well.
Well, you know how interested I am in sharing great things that are going on in education, and this is something that I thought would be of interest to all of you and your listening audience. So
Love it.
he does a great job, and the one thing, he doesn't like to blow his own horn very much, but they got a grant from National Science Foundation in order to pursue this and to develop it further. And so it's not just pie in the sky that some crazy man decided he wanted to, and then later on he'll be sticking some stuff in there that somebody else might not want, right? It's something that really is down a pathway that I think can really make a difference, especially when we have so many children that are speaking Creole as a primary language or Spanish as a primary language. This is something that where they can start to assimilate into our system. We have dual language schools. Jupiter's is basically 100% Spanish-speaking kid. J.C. Mitchell is almost 100%. Lake Park Elementary is Creole-speaking, almost 100%. Small school in the middle of a crazy place that nobody wants to go up north.
What's the best way for people to reach out to you?
I'm sorry?
Best way for people to find you, what you do, more information.
I think you can almost now go to just Roots and Wings,
There you go.
Delray Beach or
Wonderful.
Boca Raton or something and find us. But
Or on our side, look at Objective Ed, all one word.com.
the book is called Buddy Books, and I think you'll find some stuff about that even on our website. So.
Thank you, gentlemen, so much for joining us.
Not a problem. Happy to chat.
Way to get into Christmas. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. More to come. Check out Roots and Wings or Objective Ed for more information. Or you can always contact us right here at the studio at 888-994, yes, 4995, Studio A. More to come. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Amp Media Productions is proud to announce a collaboration with ABC WPBF, producing high-quality commercials for clients in Palm Beach County. This partnership will leverage Amp Media's creative expertise and video production capabilities with ABC's extensive reach and community connections to deliver top-notch advertising solutions. Contact Amp Media Productions today to amplify your impact in business on ABC WPBF.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, your family, your business, your peace of mind, you need reliable fire protection. Introducing All Fire Extinguisher Depot, Fire Extinguisher Service. Our certified technicians ensure your extinguishers are always ready to respond to emergencies. Before and after, we leave your fire safety in top-notch condition. Join the many satisfied clients who trust All Fire Extinguisher Depot for fire extinguisher service. Because when it comes to fire safety, there's no compromise. Contact All Fire Extinguisher Depot at 786-704-2750 to get your extinguisher service today. Your safety is our priority. That's at 786-704-2750. All Fire Extinguisher Depot, protecting what matters.
Breaking news, aliens have finally made contact with.
Welcome to the Amp Media Studios here in beautiful downtown Boca Raton.
In conjunction with True Oldies Radio South Florida, Amp Media Productions is here to help amplify your impact in business and to bring greater awareness to our community. Give us a call, 866-224-5422. We'll see you soon at the cafe.
And like I always say, come on down and visit us and don't be late.
Known for his Art Deco Cubist style and compositions with dancing saturated color, Ken Bieberman has lived and breathed art his whole life. From the early 80s, he's influenced the Art Deco district of Miami Beach. Featured in numerous restoration projects, hotels, galleries, and clubs, Bieberman creates for everyday folks and celebrity clientele. He's also the proprietor of Art Repro, a giclée and scanning company in Pompano Beach. When it comes to scanning high resolution, size is not an issue. Professionally scanning art up to 10 feet and 64 inches in width, Art Repro utilizes state-of-the-art equipment. On quality canvas or paper, archival ink and printing mediums are put to use. Art Repro ensures colors are true and every nuance of the art is captured, including the canvas weave. Perfection is the priority. Contact artist Ken Bieberman today at 954-547-0095 or visit his website www.artrepro.net.
Are you turning 65 this year or retiring and leaving employer coverage? It's your time to navigate the Medicare enrollment process. You have guaranteed issue in this time period. There is no medical underwriting. Everyone has unique needs within the standard steps of the enrollment process. The Marvelisms Medicare can walk you through the best options for your needs. For more information, call Claire Goyette at 561-703-7463 or absolutebestins.com/Claire-Goyette.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And at least we're consistent. You know, it doesn't matter whether there's 2 people in here or 10. Freddie is serving coffee, so don't worry. We're going to get right into it. But that was incredible. That piece we had with Ken on Objective Ed, teaching these kids to read through buddy books. If your kids or your grandchildren are having a difficult time reading in any language, check it out, Objective Ed. See all their information and see how they can help you. Even if it's not for the school system, it's for homeschooling or even home use, they have that program available. I'm more than happy to give you that information out. You know, you realize when you meet other families and other children how blessed you truly are, and if you can pay it forward and help a child read, it will change their life forever. So now I'm excited that we get to move to the other side of the studio to our women empowerment. We've got some empowered women sitting at the back of the theater. We've got Ariel Levitt, her mom Elisa, a new friend of ours, Kathy Heller, and Sam Gannon with us. So a lot of ladies I haven't met, some I've met for the first time the other day. Ariel we've known for quite a few years with our good friend Dawn DeMarco book. I'm excited to have you. Ariel is the connector. And Freddie and I had the pleasure last week of being of recording Ariel's podcast and having kind of the microphones turned on us. And she did such a phenomenal job as an interviewer, not only with the questions that I guess she had prepared, but of actually listening to what we had to say and then following up. We said, you gotta come in. And then she brought her mom, and the rest you shall see. We're going to make history with. So welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Yeah.
All right, Ariel, tell us about The Connector. Tell us about what you do as a podcast.
So I feel that every great opportunity comes with a conversation. And it's just having a conversation with somebody and kind of just listening and seeing where that might go and see if you can collaborate with that person or business owner and just allowing that to happen.
And then we had the pleasure of having this great meeting after your podcast, and you briefly told us about Mom, and Mom is really, really special.
Oh.
Kathy's telling yes, the camera's in front of you. History. Mom's really special as well. Mom happens to be a dental hygienist at the dentist I go to, which I didn't know, so that's pretty cool. But Mom's very spiritual. I feel like we've got a whole spirituality corner in the back, which we've never had this type of spirituality before. So, Mom, welcome. Elisa is with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And it's so interesting because I think from a very young age I was always drawn to everything spiritual, but it wasn't until Kathy Heller, who just wrote the bestseller Abundant Ever After, has a great podcast herself, told me, you're a healer. It just never occurred to me that I was a healer. I know I love healing, I love doing everything for myself, but I didn't think of actually providing that for other people. And then I met Sam, and Sam is helping me brand this thing that I don't know what it is, but I would love to share it. And I don't know if even this in a few minutes right now, we could just have a little session for everybody. Would that be okay?
That would be amazing.
Oh, okay.
What does a healer mean to you?
Oh my gosh. A healer is giving everyone the opportunity to make themselves balanced and whole and grounded, and the ability to just do more in this world and bring more light into the world. And we all have that ability. So with a little bit of I know there are some people watching this. If you're driving or shopping, don't do it now. You can rewatch the replay. But I wanted to give everyone an opportunity to just sort of center, because this is such a busy time. And in 2 or 3 minutes, we can all experience the feeling of healing. So if everyone would do that, just either put your feet on the ground, and wherever you are, you're going to imagine. You can close your eyes. You can just feel yourself in the chair, or wherever you are, the bench, wherever you are, at the beach. And you're going to imagine you're bringing light from that sun above us in through the top of your head, and you're going to bring it through your body. And you're going to find it follows you down through your head, through your shoulders, through your chest, your heart, through your abdomen, down your legs, down your feet. And follow that all the way to the center of the earth, where you're going to wrap a beautiful light around the core of the earth. Hold it there for just a minute. And now allow that to come back up through your feet, your legs, your buttocks, your abdomen, up through your heart. And bring it through your heart as it expands into the world and shines. And the next part of this, as you're breathing in beautiful light, and breathing out to the count of 3. So you're going to breathe in 2, and breathe out, actually 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time, breathe in 2. Through your nose, and breathe out 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's going to be your center point for today. So you're going to just pinch your thumb and a finger together and hold yourself in that center point. And now we're going to do just a quick scan, because all of us hold emotions, tensions in different parts of our body. So as we go, start at the top of the head, as we did before, and just find an area that sort of grabs your attention. An area that might be a little tight, that might be something that just catches your attention. Doesn't have to be uncomfortable. And you're going to hold your attention on that place. It could be in your chest, it could be in your leg, it could be in your shoulder. But hold your attention in that. If we were working individually, I would ask you where that was, but you can just hold your attention. And by holding your attention in that place it's kind of grabbing you can just hold your attention in that spot. And this does take some training. Just hold your attention right there. And as you hold your attention, you should start to feel that area lessen, start to dissipate. And breathe in and breathe out as it starts to dissolve in your. And check around and see if there's any other area that you were just at, if it's still there. If it's still there, you can still continue showing attention. Now, as it dissipates, it can be gone forever. This can be either a trapped emotion. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to bring in light from the top of the head again. And we're going to bring that light into the area that you were just in, that you just released. And we're going to allow that light to just fill up. That light is love. That light is a feeling of release and oneness. You're going to bring that and you're going to shine that light right into that area. And you're going to, again, pinch that thumb and forefinger together. You're going to lock that feeling in because now you've released that area of tightness. You brought in love. And one more time, you're going to breathe in two breaths, 2 counts, and then breathe out 4. And breathe in 2. And breathe in 4. Breathe out 4. And now you've just released something that you've been carrying around, and you've replaced it with love. You can open your eyes, hopefully feel lighter, and enjoy the holiday. This time
That
of...
was beautiful. Thank you.
Yes, okay, great. Good, thank you.
And you've always been able to do this.
Well, I learned how to do it officially with more depth about 20 years ago, and I've practiced it myself, and I've shared it with other people, and it's just such an easy, effortless way to release things. That's just the first stage, and then you can continue as you zero in on emotions that we're carrying around that we don't even realize, because most of us are operating from a place of unrealized open, I call them open apps, like on your phone, you have an app that's open and it's just running you and you don't even realize it. So once you can start to do these exercises and zero in on that, and that's where I'd love to help, is then you can start to really feel that oneness with the world and with yourself, and just bring more to the world with unencumbered lightness.
So incredible. We all walk around with so many old emotions or triggers or fears. No one ever walks around lighthearted and peaceful like, oh wow, life is amazing. Although life is amazing. We hold on to the negative, whether it's in our shoulders or our stomachs or a headache or clenched jaws, all the things that I'm sure you see all day long. That these are all just trapped emotions and feelings.
And I experience myself, exactly. And once you start to have the awareness, that's really exciting. Yeah. Yeah.
We challenge ourselves not to have freedom, but to have anguish. You ever notice it's easier to be
negative
than it is to be positive? Sure. It's a whole lot simpler to fail than to be successful, all of that.
Exactly.
We should take a moment every day. You know, we had this thing when you make your bed in the morning. You should make your bed every day, and I found out some kids, they don't do it, but if you make your bed every day and you're thankful, maybe you do this meditation piece for 5 minutes, and maybe it'll just change your life.
And so you've been working with Sam to brand this a little bit. Sam's name, I just met Sam, but Sam's name seems to keep popping up all over the studio
Sam
for
is
the past
everywhere.
2 weeks.
Yes.
So Sam, it's a pleasure to have you in the studio. And I know Ariel and Elisa have been working with you on branding. So how do you brand a healer?
Hi.
Welcome. I'm thinking, how do you brand something that's intuitive, like a gift that she's been given? I know we all have gifts, but how do you brand a gift?
Well, I appreciate the question post-exercise, where my attention went to my temples, and I could see like a yellow light, almost like the game of Operation, when you hit a zingy spot and it beeps. Mm-hmm. And so when she allowed me to sit just for seconds with the rest of us and the listeners or viewers, and I saw like a little yellow light, and it was kind of zangy, and it was right in my temples, and just to sit with it. So the first way to answer your question of how you brand something that's not tangible is you walk the walk first. And a big part of what we do at Let's Go 180 in terms of the branding and messaging space that leads you to scale and create the strong mechanics to grow your business is to allow you to walk us through your client journey. Many times we will literally sit in the client's seat, if not always, and really we ask some of the obvious and some of the not obvious. 23 years of print and branding experience is what I bring, a couple degrees from Nova, a few languages, and all of that paired with Let's Go 180, we really understand what's not being said. So it's almost, I beg to use the word easy, but it almost becomes more obvious to us what is less obvious. Janelle Kelly, who many of you know is my business partner in Let's Go 180, says it so eloquently when she says it's almost impossible to see when you're in the jar or to see when your own tail light's out. So if we just take away all the fluff and we sit in the client's seat and we really just allow you to take us on a journey, much like Elisa just did, we're sitting to observe what can't necessarily be defined. And almost always, your pitch, your brand, and all that your business emulates is actually right there. You just can't identify it because you're in it.
I think it's hard to articulate a business unless it's tangible, right? I sell widgets, easy, this is what I sell.
But still,
when you've got a gift, it's harder to articulate. So I see how Elise has been working with you, and I asked her about how do you define a healer, and that was so beautiful.
Thank you, and thank you, Elisa, honestly, because really we're just here as almost the conduit or the translator. I don't know that I would necessarily say it's easier or harder. What I will say is this, tangible goods or a product or a service, at the end of the day what you're selling is an experience, and you're selling the after. So when we're looking to identify and align with our clients, when we think about what's the downside to not utilizing an exercise like this? Well, nothing, because you could stay right where you're at, and then you decide if there's an upside or a downside to that, what the cost metric is, right, of the do nothing. Is there an ROI on the other end of it? To me, and really the Let's Go 180 philosophy, which doesn't discriminate within any industry, we're here to get business owners and entrepreneurs unstuck. It was born out of being stuck. And when I came to realize there is no easy and there is no hard, it's what energy we power that with. I started as a student in a beautiful program. Because life is what it is, I was blessed to have Janelle Kelly as my trainer. And to think that she's my now business partner goes to show what happens when gaining the knowledge and understanding is one thing, and executing with inspired action is another, and that's what Elisa's doing. And then deciding not to go at it alone is exactly what Elisa's doing. And understanding we don't know everything, and even if we do, we don't have to. We get to stay in our lanes in a loving fashion, not just at the grocery store, but in life. You just get to stay in your lane and work in your innate magic and let the rest of us do what we do best. And that's how you end up developing your team. So now you have a team, you have a brand, your brand's in motion, and what do? Now there is no upside and no downside, and rather than thinking of it as a sale, you actually just embody your business. You emulate the after, right? Elisa's not exempt. She was a student. She utilizes these tools in her everyday life and knows the downside in not doing it, right? I think it's so beautiful to kind of plug Kathy for a minute, to have been essentially the messenger to Elisa, but she said it even here on the side like it's so obvious. But sometimes you just can't see it, and it's not to be insulting. It's just to say when it's inherent, you tend to take it for granted. So we need guides, coaches, people to just align with us and lock arms with us and walk the walk with us.
Elisa, how does it feel for you?
Which part?
Just being able to embody this this gift that you've always had to share it now.
It's really an awe moment, right? I just, first of all, that I'm just even sitting here sharing this because I've been wanting to share it for so long, and then to have Kathy, who inspired me, Sam, who's trying to pull it together to the world, and then my daughter, who is an inspiration every moment. I just don't even know. You just have to give it over, right? God is just magical.
Ariel, what's it like to see your mom share her gifts with people?
It's amazing. It's really fun to see her kind of play in this stage of life also. You know, it's cool. Like, you're never too old to start doing what you really want to do, or what's your gift. And it's amazing to see the growth and the change.
Great.
And you have a gift, you shared with us a little bit, that you've always had visions of things.
Just connecting people and allowing people to have opportunities together. I think collaboration is amazing, and I think community is so important. We can't live without community. As humans, as souls, we need community. So it's so important as a business owner to not go through business by yourself, to go through business with a community.
It's interesting because there's so many people in business that are for themselves, right?
Yeah.
I need to grow my business. I need to bring in more money to my business. We need to do this for my business. And here you are saying, no, we
Do
need
it
to
together.
embrace the community,
Yeah.
the 180 of it, and bring us all together.
Yeah. Come together, do it together. It's much more fun doing business together than alone. Who wants to do anything alone, right? Like, it's more fun, excuse me, to collaborate with others. And it's like a big party. And the more you bring other people in, the more like ideas flow and opportunities come. And it's just like, you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know I was going to be on a radio show, or I didn't know this is even possible, because you're just working together as one like collective and party, one party.
It's so funny. You were here on Friday, and Friday was crazy busy. We were trying to find just a place to sit and talk, right? And you said, we need to, I'd like to rework some things. And this morning, Josh comes in and says, I've got a proposal for you. And it was redesigning one of the studios. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we just had this conversation on Friday. So to me, that means it's a message from God saying, this is what we need to do and how we need to do it. And was everything we had talked about, he wasn't even in the studio on Friday. So he has a whole drawing mapped out. I said, oh my gosh, you have to meet Ariel, because it was exactly what we had talked about. So many things. So it's just, when God hears it, the universe just opens up so many possibilities.
The funny thing is that I look at it differently. I look at it as a teaching moment for joy. Everybody wants to be joyful. Everybody wants to be better. You don't get up in the morning and say, I'm going to be worse. So things that happen, and I say to her all the time, we're catching up. It's already done. We're just not there yet. She had this gift. And Sam, not for nothing, but you and I, we think a lot alike, because I think that you don't have to have something tangible to sell. It's life insurance. Life insurance is not tangible until you have to use it, unfortunately. But we sell each other every single day as people. You meet people, you say, hello, how are you? Some people you meet, they don't speak the language you speak, and you have to sort of translate that to get along. So I love the aspect that you've waited, 20 years, 15 years, but I don't think it's you have waited. I think we have waited. Not you. You've known it all the time. You just haven't said it yet. And Sam, the other thing I love about what you said, sometimes in here they criticize me because I never finish a sentence, right? Friday. He starts something, he doesn't finish it, but it isn't for me to finish. It's for you to finish. So if I'm saying something and I stop and you finish it, then I know what you're thinking. Are you still thinking the way I'm thinking? I've been doing this all my life. All my life I've done that. And everybody in this room has a story that I've shared with, including you, of the past. So I think it's refreshing that you've informed us of what we should be doing every single day. And delivering it, who's to say the right, wrong, and the indifferent?
I'm excited to see what's coming next, Elisa.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
for the
so much.
opportunity.
More to come. We're going
Thank
to take a break. I think I've got Sue Kostick joining us from Arizona. We've got Greg Pattoukian here, and I want him to meet Elisa, because everything that she talks about emotionally releasing, he does with physical modality. So this will be really, really exciting. More to come. Stay tuned, and we will be right back. Ant Media Futures Foundation is a non-for-profit organization dedicated to providing college students with immersive opportunities in media production, marketing, business skills, and communication.
Interns will learn professional workflow skills in editing, video and radio broadcasting, public relations, digital media, graphic curriculum, and access to equipment to make a positive impact.
Ant Media Productions is a full-service production house with a variety of shows ranging from the Brooklyn Cafe show.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe on a very busy Wednesday.
Sarah Spiritual.
Right here on the Oldies Station, you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
Call me Zena.
By example, and that's what I try to do all the time, to teach by example.
Artist Law.
Using that term more. Yeah, lofties, yeah.
And Gypsy Soul.
They love music. It's like their favorite thing to go to.
I teach like preschool up to 12th grade.
Yeah, nice.
You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Amp Media Productions. Please like and subscribe to all of our shows.
I want to be a first class champagne, please.
Giant comfort.
That's good. We offer opportunities to excel in the field of TV film production, social media management, video editing, set design, graphic design, sound engineering, journalism, and many more useful tools to help you land a career in the media business.
To volunteer or be a part of our team, or to make a donation of any size, please visit us at ampfutures.org. Help us to empower college students to create a positive impact with immersive hands-on experiences in media production. Help us amplify the future.
Meet Jay Harmon, one of the many artists held in the Brooklyn Cafe Gallery. Jay specializes in various different art styles, but his medium to work with is colored pencils. His unique style comes from being self-taught and years of practice. Jay pulls his inspiration from many outlets like people, television, celebrities, and many more. With multiple original pieces, Jay's art graces the gallery with over 40+ works for viewing and for purchase. His many years of being an artist has given him a chance to partner with the Derwent brand, giving him the opportunity to try many different work styles and further his craft. Feel free to come down and visit the studio to view his work, or if you're interested in your own Jay Harmon original, he's open to commissions on his website, coloredpencilartist.com, or catch his show, The Colored Pencil Artist, on Amp Media Productions on YouTube and Facebook. See you soon.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Pizza Rica, tasty rich and pizza at 2001 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard or contact 561-826-8663.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Your True Oldies Listener's Guide. Listening in the Palm Beaches? That's 95.9 FM. On the Treasure Coast? You want 106.9 FM. In Boca? It's 95.3 FM. We've got Fort Lauderdale and Broward County covered with 96.9 FM. And you can always hear us anywhere at TrueOldiesFLA.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
What a show, right?
We're
getting
getting
all
there.
in for the holiday.
Not done yet. We're almost there. Jay Harmon's still in the. he's in
We
the
got lots more. We
bullpen.
had a
Got
lot.
people in the
more
bullpen.
show. You talk about editing a show. We'll have content for a very long time on
Well,
the
these
show.
are different divisions and subdivisions and everything else. All right, so let's go to.
We've got Sue Costick
Sue
joining
Costick.
us. Sue is the host of Hello, Your Health is Calling, and she has been with us from Arizona probably for the past, I want to say 8 months, I believe it is. Always great ideas and tips on mindset, on physical health, on emotional health. And now we're right into the holidays and stress management. And we're going to be putting a show together for this Thursday right after Christmas to get people sort of caught up on what just happened the day before. We're still in Hanukkah for the next 8 days and rolling into New Year. So let's bring Sue over.
Good
Hi.
morning.
Good morning.
Hi. Hello.
How are you doing?
We are like here.
Can you believe we're so here?
We are so here. I mean, that's really all I can say.
All right. I know we're going to be putting a show together for Thursday, kind of the best of stress management. I'm going to send that over to the crew to put together for today. Fill us in. What are some of the key tips, the hot topics we need to really be focused on for the next week or two?
I think that one of the biggest things that I hear, and probably I do to myself also, is that there's such a huge expectation we put on ourselves. And, stress it's one of those things that we have it every single day, but I feel like over the holidays, there's just so much more, and I think a lot of it is self-imposed. So if I could give one gift this week, it would be to give yourself that grace and not to have such a high expectation on yourself of what you think everybody else needs. Because honestly, the holidays are a time for gathering, for family, for friends, for reflection. And we've just put so much stress on ourselves to make everything happen. And if you listen on Thursday, there's going to be a lot of, hopefully a mashup of what stress actually does to you, and then some things that can help you get out of that and manage it better.
I'm going to send that over to the crew to edit. We're going to put that out for Thursday. So many great things. Actually, that happened to me yesterday. Someone started, and the worst is the text, right? I got activated by a phone call, and then I knew I had to follow up either with a phone call or a text, and I just had this anticipation of, oh my gosh, how is this going to play out? And then by another phone call, and I didn't want to answer the phone call again. And you know what? It all worked out beautifully, or should work out beautifully. But the anticipation and the triggers in my own brain was my own reaction to something that didn't even happen.
And I love the word you used, activate, because that's exactly what happens is that first trigger, that's the activator. And it can go one of two ways. It can either send you super high or it can send you super low. So if we can, just be cognizant of those activators in our life, especially right now, I think that will be super helpful. And you don't want to activate so much that you're sitting in that high frequency all the time. And thankfully, your situation, Dawn, it all worked out. And normally it does, right? I think the fear sets in. And what is fear? It's false evidence appearing real. So, the fear sets in and we just kind of go into crazy mode. I've been called a crazy lady a few times this weekend.
I get that. Are you okay? You're not speaking. I'm fine. It's just a lot in my brain going on. We had a really busy couple weeks. And then there's busy, and then it's sort of this letdown, and then you go back up because now you're in the holidays, but you're off of work. So the emotions are not what I'm used to. I'm not used to taking 3 days off in the middle of the week and then having holidays and then back to work the next day. So I think for a lot of people, they're in this with ebb and flow situation that your body's not used to.
Right. Yeah. And, I think that recognizing that this is not a normal time of the year and you are going to have like some crazy, crazy times. And, for especially people who are used to operating in high stress, now you're going to have 3 days off. So what's going to happen? Is your body just going to go, oh, wow, I'm down? So it's really kind of understanding how that just, if you are constantly in high stress and all of a sudden your body is not anymore, that could also invite, your body to just all of a sudden let down. And, a lot of times our immune systems just let down too. So you got to take those steps to make sure that even though you're giving yourself some downtime, you're not just completely giving up and letting yourself go into this mode of hibernation, so to speak.
So I am so grateful for you, Sue, and people who don't know, Sue is a holistic practitioner coach, and I've been working with you since the beginning and cutting out food from my diet, not the diet, but food that I had sensitivities to, and finding supplements and things that I never thought I'd be able to stop eating dairy when I lived on cottage cheese and Greek yogurt. But making the changes, even cutting out chocolate, which is crazy as it is, there's certain those things that even exacerbate headaches for me. And just working with you and finding the right electrolyte balance and so many things have been so incredibly helpful. I want people to know that they can reach out to you for the services that you offer beyond the show that you do on Thursdays. Can you give us a little bit of information on what you do?
Absolutely. So as Dawn was mentioning, we did some figuring out with Dawn. Integrative health, we really dig deep into root cause of your symptoms. And so by functional lab testing, they differ from conventional lab testing because it just kind of takes a deeper dive look into your blood work, urine. We even do stool samples that just help take a deeper dive and then figure out how we can make those symptoms, which a symptom doesn't mean your body is messing up. A symptom means that your body is seeking attention. So that's why my show is called Hello, Your Health is Calling. And we can go through different symptoms that you might be having and just really figure out why so that those symptoms go away, don't come back, instead of putting just a Band-Aid over the symptom. But the best email for me is support@helloyourhealthiscalling.com. My website is symmetryhealthandwellness.com. You can actually go in and schedule a free little 15-minute consultation to see if we're a fit. But figuring out the root cause, and I want to urge everybody, especially as you're starting to enter into the new year, and a lot of people are going, oh, I need resolutions. I don't like resolutions because sometimes those tend to fall off, mid-January. But maybe creating a different lifestyle or wanting to get to some root cause of some of the things that you're doing versus a resolution. Just figure it out. And I'm here to help you.
It's been amazing. In the beginning, I said to her, I can't do this. One step at a time. And I look back now, and I've been pretty much dairy-free. I can't even tell you how many months. And it hasn't been a terrible change. It's been actually pretty easy. And now I even just stopped bringing it in the house. And Chuck's like, what cheese do we have? I'm like, well, you either got yours or you can, when I cook with the dairy-free. He can have what he wants, when I'm not around, are his sandwiches. But you know what? They don't even know the difference.
And I think now,
it's like whatever.
10 years ago, we didn't have the options we have now.
So many options now.
There's so many other options you can do. And, just eat whole food. Just eat what the good Lord gave us. And, don't mess with the processed foods because that's what's going to mess you up, literally.
Thank you so much for all that you do. I'm looking forward to 2025. See what else is happening. It's been as you and I age, we're on this health journey. I make him crazy, and what can I tell you? Menopause and men. I don't know. Maybe it's funny that they call it that.
It's the men and menopause.
Hold on a second. As you age.
Oh, I got him to talk though.
Yeah,
there you go.
You just threw me under the bus.
At least you're speaking.
As she ages, we all suffer.
Truth. So thank you, Sue, so much. Have a Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Have a great time off. Don't let yourself go down. Stay up.
We're staying up. I appreciate you. Best to Grace and your family.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll see you soon.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Check it out, Symmetry Health Care. She's amazing. Sue Kostick, Hello, Your Health is Calling, every Thursday at 11 a.m. And they're going to be putting a show together for this week, kind of the best of stress management for the holidays.
I can't believe how much damage cheese does.
For me, anyway. Do you want to keep going?
I hear the music.
I guess we're taking a break. All right, then we're going to regroup, and we'll be right back.
Do you want the opportunity to have a TV show or podcast? Now, at Amp Media Productions, you can host your very own visual broadcast anywhere around the world. With our talented group of creators, we will provide you with show elements, board operations, and any on-screen visuals you'd like to showcase. All you must do is log onto your computer and communicate with your viewers. Contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422 or email hello@amp2.tv to start your own show today.
Do you have a car sitting around you want to get rid of? Well, here's a great idea. Donate your car now to help local veterans in your area. Yes, just make one fast call to the Veteran Car Donation Program. Within a few days, we'll come and remove your car for free. You can donate any car in any condition. We'll use our vast network to sell it. The proceeds raised go to help local veterans and their families. And you get a tax deduction. And all you need to do is make this free call. Clean your yard up, get rid of an old car, and help the vets. We make it easy. Make this free call now. Book your fast and easy pickup. Call the Veteran Car Donation Program now.
Amp Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
This is Smoke Barbecue. We're located in Fort Lauderdale at 3351 Northeast 32nd Street, Fort Lauderdale 33308. Our website is www.eatsmokebbq.com. It's EATSMOKEBBQ.com. You can order online. We also do catering for 10 to 10,000.
If you are looking to bring your family out to an incredible food venue, this is the place. We're at Smoke Barbecue in East Fort Lauderdale. Everything is amazing. You can see the faces on our crew, and the amount of food that they have taken down in about 15 minutes is absolutely unbelievable.
And we're still going. I can't talk, I'm eating.
And everything is coming. So here, let's eat.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-485-8801. 800-485-8801. That's 800-485-8801.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we are back. Freddie's I need to get him a commercial coffee pot because he's made like 4 pots of coffee in between every commercial break. But we're going to keep rolling. We've got Louise Gomez. She is the host of All County You and Your Doctor, and Lucky Aguirre. She is the host, one of the hosts of Impulso Latino. And these two ladies keep us going every week. And a huge thank you to Neighbor to Neighbor program, Lucky, for supporting our foundation 2 weeks ago, which was incredible. You do so many things in the community, and Louise, they're here as a gift the day before Christmas because these two ladies work so hard in the community and everything they do, and we've got some of their guests joining us today. So welcome, Louise and Lucky. Thank you so much for all that you do. Louise, you have a guest here. You have Julie Lavoie.
Yes, I do. I'm so happy to be here, everybody. And I'm with All County Healthcare, and really the goal is to share with anybody who's listening how they can empower themselves to not only heal themselves or friends and family. And I always try to get guests on who are able to facilitate that. And then I met Ms. Julie Lavoie, and she talks about smoking cessation and quitting smoking. And again, I always like to have people that are going to help others to empower ourselves to heal, because really, in essence, we're the ones who do the healing. Like Elisa was saying, we heal. We each of us choose to heal ourselves. So,
And Lucky, you've done so much also, because in Bulso, we have your guest Nannette Chacon, like in Edie, is joining us today, and you had a guest, I guess 2 weeks ago, fitness instructor.
Yes.
And it seems like there's a huge focus now, not only going into the new year, but with your show also, on health and wellness. The food that you've brought in, all healthy, homemade restaurants, but it's not processed. Everything is just nice and holistic for people.
Yeah, I think that is, people say, oh, it's a new year, you're not going to do it. Some people said BS, but I think it's a great opportunity for like the beginning of the year to make a change if you want to, right? So we try to focus on the guests that we had to, individuals, companies are like helping the public into making a change. And it's just so great. I think overall, like what I do, my career for work and for Impulso Latino, because we invite, right? We invite guests. And when we're like out networking or doing our role, we meet new people. And just like Louise mentioned, earlier, she invite guests to her show, just like very similar. It's like you meet people, you want them to be part of the show and showcase what they have. And then hopefully the opportunity. I heard that maybe, some people maybe will do their show or classes through AMP Media. So it's great. And the Neighbor to Neighbor is about that. So it's bringing the neighbors together, companies, people, individuals, seniors to, have fun, get to know each other, show their talents. And so it's so similar.
What's so great is the community that Ariel Levitt spoke about earlier is AMP Media. We have this amazing community. And pretty much any field that you can think of, we have a community. And you work with seniors with your Neighbor to Neighbor program. And Jay Harmon is our colored pencil artist, and Sally Bernard. And they're like our friends that always sit right here and they listen to everything. They're going to be going to some of your senior centers and talking about, starting things or continuing different programs and projects in a different stage in life.
So in the Neighbor to Neighbor, so we can go to the private home or clubhouses in their community, and it can be a party, or it can be a lecture, it can be a presentation, can be a class. So with Sally and Jay, we're doing all of that. so they're going to do some presentations about after retirement, there's so much that can be done after, whichever people consider or call their retirement. And so it can be classes, it can be go after your passion. I heard earlier, right? It's never late to go after what you want to do, or your talent, your gift, and so on. So Jay and Sally are amazing, because supposedly I thought they were retired. They're not. They're more busy than I am.
Yes, this is true. They're busier than ever.
So it's bringing that energy and showing that so much can be done. And if we work together and collaborate, we can do much more.
Well, I'm excited because Jay's here and Julie Lavoie. I'm sorry. Thank you for sharing the pronunciation. Jay, you have a mic? And Jay has been posting all these pictures. And Jay, one of them, I call her the gypsy lady with the pearls. To me, that's like a rosary. I'm like, wait, she has a sister? And I look back, I'm like, it's hanging on my wall. I realize he's reposting so many pictures that I have hanging. I've got the lady with the raven and the lady with the pearls. We have so many great pieces here. And your talent just continues to grow and grow. And people keep coming in and they're hoping someone doesn't buy the butterfly because they want it, or the lady on the swing because they want the lady on the swing. And now you interview. And I know you've been talking to Julie.
Yes.
You want to tell us what you guys have been talking about?
Well, Julie is very in tune to people who want to quit smoking.
Exactly. I'm operating a smoking cessation clinic for 20 years now, USA Quit Smoking.
Wow.
Where I provide a treatment that is a holistic, natural approach, but also I'm providing coaching, because you maybe master your life as a smoker, but that doesn't mean you master quitting. So when you quit, you don't want to lose your shot. So as a guidance that I provide you through my 20 years experience, I guide you to a process that make it much easier, because we know quitting smoking, it's hard.
Very.
Right. So the treatment that we offer is like using the hair as a microsystem of nerve ending, which stimulate with infrared light that kick in your own ability to produce natural drug, which neutralize craving and withdrawal symptom. That really give you a good push to be able to make the transition in your smoke-free life.
How does it work with infrared light? So it's not acupuncture, it's not acupressure, it's a light? How does that work?
Right. The light is really like the tool that we use to stimulate the point, but the point are really the one who are doing the job of detoxifying the body, to control your appetite for you to not gain too much weight, but also specific point on nicotine receptor in the brain that have been basically dictating your life by creating a very stressful lifestyle where you are continuously like in a cycle where you must smoke in order to reestablish the way you feel. But the light on the hair kick in your own ability to produce drug, and then by through deep breathing and learning your smoke-free life, you can manage your feeling without using nicotine anymore.
So where does the light go? Is it on your ear or is it?
On the outer side of the hair, there's about 2,000 points based on the Chinese acupuncture map. But we use a French, from France map that have about 200 points. They are the same point, just simpler. And those points are connected to the nervous system. And the infrared light is like pure intelligence, and it go reset the activity, normalize the activity of the cell, the body part, the organ, or the gland connected to the nervous system. So the light is come to energize the mitochondria, detoxify the cell, and normalize the function that have maybe disrupted by nicotine tobacco product, which destabilize, deregulate, and continuously require tobacco or vaping product to regulate the way you feel.
Can you use it for weight loss as well?
Well, yes, but my specialty is really in smoking cessation, vaping cessation, and it is include the.
That's what I was thinking. That's what you had said. It helps with cravings.
Yes, it helps also to control your appetite for you to not gain too much weight, and the program, which it take about an hour and a half to do, like the auriculotherapy, smoking cessation, and the consultation to establish your profile, and coaching, personalized coaching, to really give you the tool to make that transition toward like a life that it's really brand new for you, to reward your brain to respond to life differently, and also not exacerbate like your dissatisfaction and feeling through your a poor diet or poor breathing or a poor brain management. So I help you to guide you to have like a satisfying lifestyle that will support you through your smoking cessation.
How many sessions does it typically take?
It's only one session. It takes about an hour and a half
That's
to do.
it?
Yes, that's it.
And then you stop?
That's it. You stop. It's the effect of the auriculotherapy. It's immediate. Okay.
Wow.
Yes. So before you leave, I ask you how you're doing, and the people are surprisingly happy to say that I don't feel any craving. And I follow up and I ask how you're doing. The program come with 1 month follow-up warranty. So if you don't smoke or vape, if you don't use nicotine, you can come back for free for any reason related to the program, and I will fine-tune, refine the treatment to make it tailored and satisfying for you to keep going and stay nicotine-free.
That's incredible. Where is your office located?
We're in Lake Worth Beach. It's on appointment. And we are serving people from all over South Florida, all the way up to the top of Lake Okeechobee. I have even people from Orlando come to see me. That's a protocol of treatment that has been patented in Canada, and it works. And it's not because you never heard about it that it's like something new. It's not new. It's, in fact, ear point are known for probably 5,000 years. And German and Russian during the Second World War, they were really working on light therapy, and they've been using those type of treatment like for a while now. It's just here in the United States, there's no standardized protocol, and it's not necessarily all the laser smoking cessation clinic of auriculotherapy use the same treatment. So I can talk just for myself. And I provide you all the coaching that you need personalized to make that as smooth and easy as possible.
Freddie, you wanted to ask a question?
No, I just wanted people to know that that is the perfect gift for Christmas and New Year. What she does is the perfect gift for anybody to take advantage of the fact that if you want somebody to quit smoking in your life for whatever reason, this is a gift that I think I have never met anybody who can offer you something in the future, and that's why I asked her to come forward for this.
Amazing. All right, the best phone number, Julie, for people to reach you at?
561-601-2128, and I truly believe this is the best thing you can ever do for yourself, the best gift that you can give yourself or somebody else, the freedom to learn your smoke-free life, the best rest of your life.
So it makes a great gift for Christmas, Hanukkah, and New Year. Start out 2025 smoke-free. Only one session. That's incredible. All right, more to come. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're still talking about releasing stressors in your body. We're heading over to our fitness and massage therapy energy releasers on the other side of the theater. So more to come. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Amp Media Productions is proud to announce a collaboration with ABC WPBF, producing high-quality commercials for clients in Palm Beach County. This partnership will leverage Amp Media's creative expertise and video production capabilities with ABC's extensive reach and community connections to deliver top-notch advertising solutions. Contact Amp Media Productions today to amplify your impact in business on ABC WPBF.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, your family, your business, your peace of mind, you need reliable fire protection. Introducing All Fire Extinguisher Depot, Fire Extinguisher Service. Our certified technicians ensure your extinguishers are always ready to respond to emergencies. Before and after, we leave your fire safety in top-notch condition. Join the many satisfied clients who trust All Fire Extinguisher Depot for fire extinguisher service. Because when it comes to fire safety, there's no compromise. Contact All Fire Extinguisher Depot at 786-704-2750 to get your extinguisher service today. Your safety is our priority. That's at 786-704-2750. All Fire Extinguisher Depot, protecting what matters.
Breaking news, aliens have finally made contact with.
Welcome to the Amp Media Studios here in beautiful downtown Boca Raton.
In conjunction with True Oldies Radio South Florida, Amp Media Productions is here to help amplify your impact in business and to bring greater awareness to our community. Give us a call, 866-224-5422. We'll see you soon at the cafe.
And like I always say, come on down and visit us and don't be late.
Known for his Art Deco Cubist style and compositions with dancing saturated color, Ken Bieberman has lived and breathed art his whole life. From the early 80s, he's influenced the Art Deco district of Miami Beach. Featured in numerous restoration projects, hotels, galleries, and clubs, Bieberman creates for everyday folks and celebrity clientele. He's also the proprietor of Art Repro, a giclée and scanning company in Pompano Beach. When it comes to scanning high resolution, size is not an issue. Professionally scanning art up to 10 feet and 64 inches in width, Art Repro utilizes state-of-the-art equipment. On quality canvas or paper, archival ink, and printing mediums are put to use. Art Repro ensures colors are true and every nuance of the art is captured, including the canvas weave. Perfection is the priority. Contact artist Ken Bieberman today at 954-547-0095 or visit his website www.artrepro.net.
Are you turning 65 this year or retiring and leaving employer coverage? It's your time to navigate the Medicare enrollment process. You have guaranteed issue in this time period. There is no medical underwriting. Everyone has unique needs within the standard steps of the enrollment process. The Marvelisms Medicare can walk you through the best options for your needs. For more information, call Claire Goyette at 561-703-7463 or absolutebestins.com/Claire-Goyette.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
Nice to have you sitting next to me. How many pots of coffee have you made?
12. And I gotta tell you something.
I heard something fall, but
No,
I don't...
that's my glasses.
Oh.
Don't send me to do something
did
and
not.
then criticize me when I do it.
I didn't send you. I'm not
There was
criticizing
coffee,
you.
a lot of coffee, more people moving around. All that stuff.
It's nice to have you back here.
I'm exhausted. I need a nap, man. Are you kidding me? I got to sit over there and say, oh, I ain't got to do nothing right now. You really?
Yes.
How you doing?
All right, I know.
You see my cup?
Your cup. Is that the best?
My cup runneth over. This is a cup Sally gave me. It reminds me of Dawn the Book.
And why is that?
Because it took me 6 years to come to the realization that her real name was Dawn the Book.
DeMarco book, but you're not even close.
Well, I thought she was an author. Dawn the Book.
Oh, jeez.
I'm from the Bronx, you know. Tony the Fish, Sammy the Squid, you know.
All right, you
Three
ready
finger from-
to do some fitness?
Yes.
All right.
He's 300 pounds.
We've got Greg
Shorty.
Pattoukian joining us and Nannette Chacon joining us. No relation to Edie, still always remember your name. George, I got to meet very, very briefly last week at our foundation fundraiser, and he actually won one of our gift baskets. He has a studio, I want to say a studio, but right across the street. It's not like a studio, but I'm going to let him share what
If
he
you
does.
say but one more time, is it
But.
or isn't it?
I call it a studio because it's not really an office. It's more of a healing center. So welcome for our fitness, right into the holidays. Greg, a pleasure to have you. Nannette, welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Greg, we met through your coach, through Carrie Ballinger, and she brought him to the event. And Greg releases energy. So I hope he got to meet Elisa. I sent her over to meet you before she left.
Yes, I did.
Because what she does emotionally, I think you get to do physically.
Yes, I do.
So how does that work?
Well, I consider myself a holistic body worker. So what I do is I evaluate and basically align the body using the client's structure, emotions, and energy. So my primary goal is to make sure that the client is aware of their issues and how the body can help heal itself.
And you have a different variety of modalities you told me that you use.
Yes, I've been doing this for 32 years, so I kind of honed everything together, everything from Qigong to Reiki to cranial sacral therapy, structural integration, trigger point therapy, so it just goes on and on and on.
You know, I'm thinking all the pain I have in my shoulders, and he's right across the street.
I'm right across the street.
Right. What did people? Because I know she talked about, Elisa, that it's emotions and traumas. I guess our body holds different emotions in different physical spaces. How do you release that so it doesn't come back?
Well, the most important thing is to be able to evaluate first. You know, the client doesn't come out and tell you that they have emotional issues. So, I mean, you could just imagine when somebody is sad, they're not sitting upright and, you know, put a smile on their face. They're always looking down. So what that does is we already, you know, do everything in front of us, cooking, cleaning, on the computer, on our smartphones. So everything starts to hunch over. So by reading or being able to read the body, we know that something is going on. And so from then, once we start releasing the connective tissue and the structures, then the client starts to breathe and go, oh, you know, and then they start explaining themselves. And in cranial sacral therapy, there's something called somato-emotional release. So we dialogue along with help the connective tissue release, and then the client gives us more clues. And then from there, you know, we have that ability to train the client to help sit upright, exercise those muscles that are going to bring the shoulder blades back and eventually open up the chest and the heart. Because we know that the lungs in Chinese medicine has to do with grieving. And so if somebody is sad, they're grieving. And so everything starts to contract.
You know, the
and that
amazing
actually
thing
puts
is
pressure on the heart.
that I brought people to come in today, and you brought people to come in today. We didn't discuss who was coming in today, but yet everyone who is here are here on similar
Same
platforms
message.
of holistic
Same
healing.
message, yeah.
It's incredible. Even all the way out in Arizona, everything that we've had today has been about this space, starting with Elisa on healing and releasing emotions physically and emotionally and through smoking. And I'm talking to Dawn. I know God is good, right? I know this is God putting this all together. I hear her loud and clear. But it's incredible. It's right here in our community. Do you not find that fascinating?
I do. But it surprises you.
It doesn't surprise me. This
It
is even on
does.
a grander scale because I didn't bring everybody in or you didn't bring everybody in. We both brought in other people not knowing who was coming in today.
Dawn, you live it every day.
I know.
Look, you got an artist in here that's healing. You got somebody who we've known in Dawn, the book who does faith healing. That's healing.
Sure.
You got people in here. Louise is in the medical field. She actually has been with us, what is it, 2.5 years?
Yeah, it's about 2.5 years now, and just having the ability to share with everyone how they can, access different healing modalities. So,
and then we're
I'm
talking
excited
about-
to interview. I'm already like, can you
I
come
know,
on
she's
my
already
show?
to interview you.
I'm already gonna talk to him.
Greg,
So-
how did you get into this practice?
I originally wanted to go into physical therapy. I have a bachelor's in biology, but when I moved down to Florida, I wanted to go into physical therapy. And one of my friends was a massage therapist, and she said, while you're on the waiting list at FAU, why don't you just do 6 months of massage courses and, you'll start working and then you can go to school at the same time. And I haven't looked back. It's been amazing because I have no constraints when it comes to massage as long as I follow ethics, right? And I could do everything from structural integration where I go deep into the tissues, and I could do something like energy work where I don't even have to be in the same room with you. So it's wonderful.
How do you do that?
It's a wonderful experience. I don't do it because I love to work on the client's body, but there's distance Reiki and distance healing too.
All right, so how do you not take in all of the energies? That's always my question to healers.
That's a great question because as a therapist, you have to, and it doesn't matter whether you're a massage therapist or a psychotherapist or whatnot, you have to be able to ground yourself. And with that, with grounding comes the extensive learning on how to kind of put a shield on you like a body armor. And from there, we can take a little bit of that sense of discomfort that the client has, so we have that empathy. Because we can sympathize with somebody, but empathy gives you more of that feeling. But then after that, we have to release it. And we can do that by any grounding techniques, by washing your hands or walking in the sunlight or even taking your shoes off and walking on the grass. Those are quick grounding techniques.
And you're located right on 2nd Avenue.
Yes, I am. I'm right down the street.
Right
like
across the street, I know.
5-minute walk.
And what's the name of your facility?
It's Holistic Therapeutic Solutions.
Well, that is across the street.
Yes,
It's
it
a
is.
2-story white building literally across the street, which is pretty remarkable. And Nannette, I want to bring you into the conversation. Do you work with this? You do workout, fitness, but a lot of it comes to mindset also.
Yes, it's very different. I train, but I teach a variation of different exercises that help improve your movements, your balance, your awareness of your movements, your posture, And ultimately, you take very beautiful ownership of your body, and you can recognize areas of pain and address that, or exercise without pain by correcting your mechanics, your posture, your movements. Or if you're just trying to do regular day-to-day activities and you have discomfort, I review movements, and that way I can kind of see mechanically how the person may be moving that's causing that discomfort when they're picking a shoe up on the floor, or like you said, something like Janice said, is something so simple like picking up a paper that blows out your back. So we do repetitive movements every day that causes micro tear, and moving beautifully, organically, in and out of your training really benefits you. Because I know a lot of strong people that still have injuries and pain because they don't move their best, even though they look strong. So strength is kind of being pain-free and understanding your body and the way that you move, and being present.
And Greg, what type of client finds you? What are they looking for?
I'm on a referral basis, so anything from sports injuries, pre and post surgeries. Last week I worked on a 10-week-old, which was very interesting. It's not my first time, but it was my first time in a long time. And there's postural issues and breathing issues, and anybody that wants to come in. I have clients that don't have issues, but we always find postural issues or stuff like that.
What did the 10-week-old come in for?
Well, the mother noticed that he was favoring one side more than the other. And that usually happens with breastfeeding because one breast lets down a little bit more milk than the other. But with slight craniosacral therapy and unwinding of the connective tissue, babies and children are great because they heal pretty quickly.
True.
So as long as there's no trauma, right?
It has a name for breastfeeding correctly.
What was that?
I'm amazed.
That's incredible, because you don't know what you don't know, right? But think about how much pain your body can be in. You don't even know why.
Oh, I think about a lot of pain that I get from other people. That happens every day to me. I'm going to go see Greg just to sit in his office when you're not there.
It's incredible the amount of community and things that we have right here, so close, walking distance available to us.
Well, I wanted to throw the ball back towards Sam, because Sam has been patiently sitting there, and I asked her to absorb everything else. What Sam does for a living is that she markets things and puts things together. We still have the book here because she has to find out what she's doing, but I want to throw it at Sam to recap this thing, and I want to get her feeling of all the different things that are going on in this room at the same time.
I feel like she's the shark in the Shark Tank, right? And she now can bring
Well,
this
I
all
wouldn't
together.
call it the shark in
no, it's
the
a good
Shark
thing.
Tank.
No,
but
Shark Tank,
Greg,
the show
this
Shark
is what
Tank.
I mean. This is what I go through.
The show Shark Tank. And then she
I got
pulls it all
something to
together.
mention
She's
to
like,
her.
this is
I got
my
something to
moment.
mention to you.
Why? I think it's an
Because
honor.
I asked you a
The
tough
book,
question
please help.
about the branding of. I have something that I want to highlight, because you brought up how is it that you brand a healer. Well, now in these days more than ever, we need them because science has proven that these things work. It's not a myth anymore. Like, they have scans that prove that meditation works, that breath work works, that posture works, and this is why we're here. It's not about even branding, is that all the humans need it now more than ever. Sickness is showing, so that is, what you're addressing. So science is there for us healers, that even working with energy that's hard to explain, there's now proven stuff, I went out to Boston to study that at the Mind Body Harvard study, and they provided us with immense amount of research. Qigong is very studied there, so it is there. I can provide some stuff too for you guys, if anything, because I look a lot into that, because I have to make sure I explain that to people, that we're not doing this in vain, that there's a science behind it, and it's just, now they have all the technology to prove it. Before, they didn't, so.
Well, it's interesting because the bottom line, if when I spoke to my doctors, who we had a difference of opinion, for lack of a better word, there is art healing, there is the Qigong, there is the East versus West. That medicine has always been around. There are those that don't explain it like others. Sometimes that was a slowdown. And everybody always points to things that don't work and say, this is why it doesn't. That isn't true either. But you're right. You walk around barefoot, which my father used to do as well. My father used to walk around in the grass in Puerto Rico. He went to live on when he shouldn't. But there's a lot of sciences that are happening now that we didn't have an answer to back then, and they're being put on a loudspeaker now. But there is healing. There's healing in artwork, and Jay Harmon will tell you, art is healing. Music is healing. Low lighting is healing. The red light that you talked about, I've been through that also for my diabetes. You know, I've come across many different tries. Some have worked, some others have not. But the object of the game is that you keep trying. You keep trying to put the word out there, and eventually, if you do that enough, good things are going to happen.
But I think where Sam comes in that's so important is how do you make a fitness instructor, an energy healer, an auricular how do you make these companies, these individuals stand out within their field compared to another fitness instructor or another massage therapist?
So it's a great question, and thank you, and I appreciate your feedback, and you're spot on. What I'll say is this: redefining and understanding what these words actually mean, not what society says they mean. Branding oftentimes is misconstrued for an icon or a logo and essentially ink on paper. My background is in print manufacturing, and despite being multilingual and having a master's in business and having all these accolades, so to speak, it all seemingly was in vain until I knew how to emulate and embody it in my life. Both in the SG Inc. lane and primarily in the Let's Go 180 lane, where we get business owners unstuck, we don't sit and tote branding and sell packages as essentially ink on paper. We literally sit with you as a guide. You take us on a journey. You're your client is the hero in their story. We're simply helping you package to empower you and your clients with such sales piece, marketing piece, product, service, or otherwise. Specifically in an intangible good, there's a couple things I'll say. Faith and fear both require you to believe in something you can't see. That's number one. Number two, rather than getting caught up in the buzzwords of branding and icons and labeling and packaging and files and web and social and all these things that are necessary but at times confusing, simply put, what do you do? How do you do it? Why do you do it? What does your client's life look like when they use the thing that you do? What happens if they don't? We look at case studies and testimonials. Science is great, but you know what? To Ariel's point, there's no such thing as competition, only collaboration. You and I may have similar resumes, we may even sound alike, but we're not alike. There's no two snowflakes alike. So how we get you to stand out is simply by highlighting what makes you you. And it's not in a cliche fashion. By sitting in the client's seat, fully investing in what it is that you do, there are gifts we all have. In my case, I've been dubbed a wordsmith. I hear things that often people don't hear. And I worked for a multinational conglomerate for 19 years. And we had clients like the military. It was my first client. I was 19. At 20, I was sitting on the FDA line telling the FDA what they were doing was wrong.
They still are.
Specific, I should have reworded that. Specific to a label. Specific to a label. I should have reworded that. But all of that led me to one thing. There was a massive gap. Cool. Tell us how to do. It's like those that can't do teach. How do we actually embody and move in our business in a way that's congruent? So, for example, from a healing perspective, we're all people in the end. Like attracts like. We want to work with people we, as they say, know, like, and trust. In the end, it's energy that we're reading only always. As feedback to this room, I don't mean this in a way to sound, again, cliche. I'm moved to tears almost. I'm remiss to identify a room where I can see equal parts art and science. I use comedy therapy as a way to overcome my abusive childhood. I believe in things you can't see. Why? Because why not? Right? It takes just as much energy. And I'm not here to tote a faith in one direction or another or tell anyone what to believe or what to practice, but the truth is this room embodies 0.001% of what's out in our community. As fellow business owners and entrepreneurs, we're all wildly exotic and wildly the same, because if we all have the greater good in mind and if we all win, if I win, you win, if we have that shared thought process, there's no lose here. And the truth is, if I don't have the answer, I certainly have someone that does. And more than likely, it's sitting in this room. So as a testimony to all of you, it's beautiful to see you show up. It's beautiful to see you show up as your walking brand in motion, really here to ask either for help, for advice, or to highlight something that we've never heard of, and so we assume it's new. I could tell you that Let's Go 180 and the business that Janelle Kelly and I focus on getting business owners unstuck came from a program back from the 1700s. I subscribed to a course that came from Stanford Masters of Business because I was more of a sciencey sort of West person. As an immigrant, my family, imposed school in the traditional school system. Funny, not funny, I got degrees and a lot of student debt. And so with that, I wondered, what am I supposed to do with all this? So she kind of enrolled me a bit because it came from a school. What I didn't know is she was really teaching me something that was far beyond any university, and it was going to help me transform my life. I bought a business that was misrepresented financially, and I lost my home, my partnership. I had no coping skills. I had addictive tendencies. It was bad. And little did I know that I said yes to what I thought was a book club with a friend that was hosting it, and I knew a lot about her, but I didn't understand the depths of the 10 plus double digits of years in these transformational studies that have transformed people's lives. And to think that I was able to take what I learned, her guidance, and my print branding and messaging experience and turn a mess into a crazy, amazing message and create a business out of it and help people get unstuck and not be the person who lost their house and had addictive tendencies and really felt like a dumpster fire, then I won. There was no loss there. And so to be sitting in a room with all of you is it's truly a pleasure.
Oh, pleasure's ours. It's a pleasure to meet you and have, oh my gosh, every single amazing person we've had in here for the past 2 hours.
Can I just interject really quick? I took the course, the Clarity Insight Journey, through Jennifer Grace, who she was passed the torch from Stanford University to Jennifer Grace to be able to be the facilitator of that course and teach others. And that course changed my life. And I will tell you, when you said that, the hairs on my arm stood up because I took that course, I want to say about 5 years ago. And I took the Clarity Insight and then I took the Clarity Action course. And if Jennifer Grace is ever listening, shout out to her because she did change my life. And I my final project was artwork, and I did start painting.
Tremendous.
Yeah, so shout out to that course.
For the entrepreneur.
Anybody.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, I'm complete.
No, I was just going to thank you. You couldn't have said it better. From the business side of things, it's called the Culture Catalyst, and on the individual side, it's the Clarity Catalyst. And I'm just being honest when I tell you, I thought I was joining a book club. For those that are interested, Let's Go 180 is offering virtuals and 12-week masterminds, which were the same courses I took that got me completely unstuck. I took a 4-year business that was in the red every single month, 100K, into the black in 90 days. It was not a get-rich-quick anything. It was a bunch of small changes, a literal 180 shift in my mindset. And for Janelle and all the people that know me that are watching, I was cynical. I was a naysayer. I was just kind of a everyday a-hole. And I wasn't going to believe in what you're telling me because I have 3 degrees and I speak 3 languages and these things really happened. Someone really did take me for a ride. But I have to tell you something, and hopefully he's not listening. It was not a fun ride. But the truth is, on the other side, to be able to maybe save or offer a space of clarity where you get to show a business owner that all the answers they need are actually inside them, that they more than not are embodying at least 80% of what they stand for. They're just operating from burnout, scarcity, and fear. Oh, and by the way, we can help you transform your message. We can help you scale your business. We can help you get your mindset so sharp that you no longer take the hat on and take the hat off in a day, or have what I used to think was a persona conflict. I'm a sister 1 minute, I'm a daughter 1 minute, I'm a business owner another minute, I'm a comedian another minute. I didn't know who was showing up all the time. There was no congruence in my life, and that was clear in the clients I was attracting, so I just kept attracting chaos. And a couple events to highlight. We have a 5-day challenge that's virtual on Facebook that starts on January 5th. January 8th. We have a 12-week mastermind with the Think and Grow Rich that Janelle Kelly will be leading, which was the very first program that I ever purchased. It's 12 weeks online. I can share links to that as well. That begins January 5th. And our next entrepreneurial boot camp is in Deerfield Beach, February 21st to the 23rd, for as little as $59, you guys. We sold out the last 60 clients, 60 business owners. We signed 10 clients. We've hosted 2 cohorts successfully. We have a ton of testimonials to share. And it's much less about a sale and much more of just an invitation to come get unstuck.
Amazing. Thank you so much. A lot to look forward to. And I think Janelle's going to be here on Friday.
Friday.
Janelle Kelly.
And Sam's coming back.
And Sam's going to come
Me
back.
too.
All right, so more information to get you ready for Christmas and Hanukkah. And then on Friday, we're going to get you rolling right into the new year with all of this great information. But before we wrap up for today, we have a special edition of Faith Stories, and that's going to be airing today at 3 o'clock because typically they air on Wednesdays with host Dawn DeMarco Book. This week happens to be Christmas, so we're going to be doing a special early edition of Faith Stories with Dawn, and her guest today is Nancy Success. So, Dawn, I'm so excited that you're going to be doing your show today. Sally is away, so we have a little bit of room to play. A little bit.
Sally's away?
Sally's away. She and Steve are celebrating their 2-year anniversary on a cruise. So happy anniversary, happy Hanukkah, and
My
happy New
condolences,
Year.
Steve. Yeah.
And all of this stuff. Sally is the true embodiment of changing your life after retirement. Not retirement, after a certain age. She got married 2 years ago, and, you know, Sally's a little bit older than we are to be getting remarried. So congratulations to her and Steve, and happy anniversary. All right, Dawn, what are we going to be talking about? What are you going to be talking about today?
Well, we're going to be talking about Nancy, who suffered a traumatic brain injury, and why she started her King's Wellness Ranch. So I'm excited to hear the details. We had met a couple weeks ago, and we didn't even talk about that. I read it on her brochure. So I'm excited to hear how God healed her, and with the help of her horses that helped heal her. I can talk.
It's amazing.
Horses heal.
Horses
heal you. Equine therapy.
Or none.
I didn't get ready.
Just let Eddie.
What?
Anything to drink.
Oh, no, I'm good. I always bring my own.
She brings her water. That's all she's
God
having.
only knows what's in there.
Oh,
Yes, he does.
I think, yeah, right. I should have some vodka so I could speak better today.
That's a tongue twister.
But it was through
Hearing horses.
community that we met Nancy, because a longtime neighbor of mine brought Nancy into our 8-year anniversary party over the summer.
What, Dr. Nancy?
No, Nancy Success.
Oh, yes, her too.
Yeah,
So
she's incredible. I'm excited to hear that part of her story. I heard other parts, but not that.
So a lot of great
Well,
things.
your show has brought in some phenomenal guests the last few weeks. I mean, phenomenal. And the numbers show it. Great inspirational stories and how people get together. So
Oh my
you gotta
gosh!
dig
Wait
into it.
until my guest. January 8th, I have a gentleman, Chip Moore from TP Faith, who this is his third time. The 2 other times he wasn't able to make it. Wait till you hear this guy's story. It is so crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. If you don't know God, you will after listening to his story. Let me tell you, it's off the charts.
Very cool.
It's all about staying in faith.
We want to thank the book for going up with us to.
Dope Vegan. Do we have that piece, G-Man? Dope Vegan, we can play it before we wrap up?
Yes.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
put it on
God,
the
that's
board.
good food. Really good food.
Don't say yes. He doesn't see it.
G-Man's been working really hard on it. We got to go up there on Thursday for
Yes.
lunch.
That was so fun.
Which was incredible, which was a guest that you had, and she kindly donated food for our foundation fundraiser last week. And we said, let's take everyone out for lunch. Goodbye, who's ever waving. I think that's Nannette. So,
They wave from the bleachers.
do you have that piece to roll, Josh? No. All right.
Maybe they
All right.
can use it on my show.
It's coming. We can definitely put it
can.
on your
Let's do
show
that.
as well.
That'd be awesome.
All right, shall we wrap this up?
Wrap it up.
Wishing you all a beautiful, joyous holiday, whatever you celebrate. And if you don't, just stay in faith, show some love, spend it with family and friends, and all of those things that are most important. It's about coming together of community, of friendship. Have a Merry Christmas to you.
Happy
And
Hanukkah to you.
Thank you to everyone. We'll be back on Friday, so well before New Year's. Enjoy the holiday. We've got some special posts coming out. And tune in today at 3 o'clock for special Faith Stories of Dawn DeMarco book.
Did you say Coquito Friday?
Leftover Friday, I think. He's good for it.
Amen's all in.
Have a great afternoon, everyone. Stay safe, be kind to each other. We'll see you Friday, 9 a.m. drive time. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah.
Don't be late.
Bye-bye.
And here we are at Dope Vegan.
Can you imagine?
West Palm Beach.
Only in Florida can you spend the week before Christmas outside listening to Christmas music and getting ready for a holiday lunch at Dope Vegan. Amazing.
It's unbelievable. The food
What a
is
cool place,
unbelievable.
right?
What I like like is we're gonna have a snowball fight.
You might have like a grass fight. I'm looking at the menu and to see that everything is vegan. The dope burger has vegan cheese, burger, vegan bacon even.
Yes.
And then you're like, what is vegan bacon? No bacon, everything's tofu, sweet potato fries. The owner is incredible. They were one of the kind sponsors of the Amp Media Futures Foundation fundraiser that we had in the studio. So we thought, let's check it out. So check out all of this delicious food that's coming your way. Stop on by. It's at 175 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach. So it's right off of Southern and Military, right on the corner. You cannot miss it when you get off of the street. So come on by anytime you're in the area. Tell them the Brooklyn Cafe Show and Amp Media sent you. Let us know what you think.
And don't be late.
On December 23, 1779, American Revolutionary Officer Benedict Arnold was court-martialed for charges of improper conduct and profiteering. Arnold, who was a hero of early Revolutionary War battles such as the capture of Fort Ticonderoga and the Battle of Saratoga, faced allegations of misusing his authority for personal gain while serving as the military commander of Philadelphia. On December 23, 1823, the iconic poem A Visit from St. Nicholas, better known as The Night Before Christmas, was first published anonymously in the Troy Sentinel, a newspaper in upstate New York. The poem, often attributed to Clement Clark Moore, though there is some debate about authorship, is credited with shaping the modern image of Santa Claus as a jolly, plump figure who arrives on Christmas Eve in a sleigh pulled by reindeer. On December 23, 1913, President Woodrow Wilson signed the Federal Reserve Act into law, creating the Federal Reserve System. This landmark legislation established the central banking system of the United States, designed to provide the country with a more stable and secure financial and monetary framework. The Federal Reserve System was established to address issues such as financial panics, bank runs, and the need for a flexible supply of currency. The first successful human kidney transplant was performed on December 23, 1954, by Dr. Joseph E. Murray and his team at Peter Bent Brigham Hospital, now part of Brigham and Women's Hospital, in Boston, Massachusetts. The procedure involved a transplant between identical twin brothers, Ronald and Richard Herrick, which helped overcome the issue of organ rejection since they shared the same genetic makeup. On December 23, 1994, infamous organized crime boss James Whitey Bulger fled into hiding after being tipped off by his corrupt FBI handler, John Connolly, about an imminent arrest. Bulger, who led Boston's Winter Hill Gang, had been involved in a range of criminal activities, including drug trafficking, extortion, and murder.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.